If you thought you knew what was coming next for our sweet Trina Robinson, you need to completely erase that from your mind right now. My most trusted behind-the-scenes sources just dropped a bombshell regarding the upcoming Sweeps week scripts, and the casting shakeups tied to this storyline are going to leave your jaw on the floor. We are not just talking about a simple stalker plotline anymore. We are looking at a massive, interconnected conspiracy that threatens to tear Port Charles apart at the seams. The leaked script pages explicitly hint that the person, or should I say people, watching Trina from the shadows are part of a deeply rooted network, and the terrifying part is that some of these faces are already hiding in plain sight right in front of us. Trust me when I say, the writers are pulling out all the stops, and the danger lurking around the corner is far more sinister than any of us originally anticipated. Let us take a step back and look at the incredibly suffocating situation currently unfolding on our screens. Trina has been trying so hard to focus on her bright future, and as fans, we just want to see her win. She is working tirelessly at the gallery with Ava Jerome, dealing with the endless, exhausting family drama between Curtis Ashford and Portia Robinson, and, of course, pouring her heart into her new music contract, alongside Giovanni Palmieri. But while she is busy trying to build her life and step into her own power, someone else is busy trying to deconstruct it piece by piece. We all saw that horrifying bulletin board filled with candid, secretly captured photographs of Trina. It was a deeply unsettling moment that sent absolute shivers down my spine, and I know I am not the only one who felt sick to my stomach watching it. The camera lingered on those glossy prints, showing Trina at the art gallery, Trina walking through the hospital corridors, Trina laughing with Gio by the pool. This was not just a passing obsession or a random creep with a camera. This was a meticulously cataloged timeline of her entire existence. The red string connecting the photos, the precise dates and timestamps scribbled on the edges, it all points to a level of surveillance that goes way beyond a standard soap opera stalker trope. This requires funding, resources, and a level of coordination that a single person simply cannot pull off in a town as small and interconnected as Port Charles. If you ask me, the sheer volume of intelligence gathered on that creepy stalker board proves one undeniable fact. This is not the work of a lone wolf. I am absolutely convinced that the identity of Trina's stalker is not just one individual with an unhealthy fixation. In my years of analyzing soap operas and digging through leaked scripts, I have learned to spot the difference between a crime of passion and a coordinated, professional surveillance operation. The angles of those photographs, the precise tracking of her daily schedule, and the ability to remain completely undetected scream that this is a professional operation. I strongly believe that behind all of this is an entire secret network operating right under our noses, pulling strings from the darkest corners of the city. The real question that keeps me up at night is not just who is watching Trina, but why is she the target? What makes this young, talented woman so valuable to a shadowy syndicate? Is it because of her connection to Curtis Ashford and his complicated past? Is it to gain leverage over Ava Jerome and the remnants of the Jerome crime family? Or is it something entirely different? Let us break down the suspect list based on these new insider leaks, starting with the newest face in town, Dr. Tristan Roberts. This new doctor made his grand debut during the milestone 16,000th episode, and he has been wrapped in a thick cloak of mystery ever since. We know absolutely nothing about his past, his true motivations for coming to General Hospital, or what dark secrets he might be hiding beneath that pristine white coat. His explosive clashes with Britt Westbourne show that he has a volatile side, but could that just be a calculated distraction? I am not outright declaring that Tristan is the evil mastermind, but his sudden arrival in town right as this surveillance operation ramps up is incredibly suspicious. The lack of background information on Tristan makes me feel like he could easily be a crucial link in this stalking network. Think about it, ladies, what better cover than a doctor? Using his position at the hospital, he can easily monitor Trina's movements whenever she visits, keep a close eye on Portia Robinson, and access private medical records without raising a single red flag. If this network needs someone on the inside of Port Charles's most central hub, Tristan Roberts fits the bill perfectly. He could be the informant passing along schedules and routines to the people actually taking the photographs. Then we have Quinn. You guys know exactly how I feel about him. From the very first moment he interacted with Trina, the vibes have been completely off, and my intuition is rarely wrong about these things. Yes, he returned to Port Charles claiming he wanted to make amends with his old friend Kai Taylor. Yes, he has apologized and tried his best to play the role of the misunderstood peacemaker. But if you look closely at his body language, those lingering, unsettling stares he directs at Trina tell a completely different, much darker story. Quinn has never truly liked Trina, and his sudden shift in attitude feels incredibly forced and manipulative. If a secret organization needed someone to do their dirty work, someone to act as the boots on the ground, getting close to the target to gather intimate details, Quinn would be the perfect pawn. He doesn't have the power or the brains to run an entire syndicate, but he is exactly the type of desperate, morally ambiguous character who would take a paycheck to track a young woman. He could easily be the one hiding in the bushes, snapping those candid photos, and feeding them back to a higher up in this twisted network. He is flying under the radar because everyone is so focused on his drama with Kai, making him the ultimate Trojan horse. But ladies, hold on to your hats and grab a tissue, because this next theory is the one that has my mind racing in a million different directions, and it is going to hit you right in the feels. What if the person watching Trina is not an enemy at all? What if Spencer Cassadine is actually alive? Just think about the rich history here. For those of us who have followed the epic, heartbreaking love story of Sprina, we know Spencer would do absolutely anything to protect Trina. What if he survived his presumed tragic fate, but for some highly dangerous reason, he cannot publicly reveal that he is alive just yet? He could be on the run from a deadly threat, executing a covert WSB mission, or hiding from a deeply dangerous conspiracy involving his family's dark legacy. If that is the case, this secret surveillance might not be born out of malice or obsession. Spencer could be quietly watching over the love of his life from the shadows, ensuring she is safe while he handles the threat. That horrifying stalker board might actually be his way of tracking her movements to protect her from the real villains who are trying to get to her. It is a classic soap opera twist, and if the writers bring Spencer back this way, it would completely flip the script and give us the emotional, tear-jerking reunion we have all been begging for. Finally, we absolutely cannot ignore Simon, the hotshot music producer who suddenly took such a keen, almost aggressive interest in Gio and Trina. The insider leaks suggest we need to pay very close attention to him in the upcoming episodes. That secretive phone call where he explicitly instructed someone on the other end of the line to keep an eye on Trina is a massive, glowing red flag that we cannot just sweep under the rug. Why would a legitimate music producer need a covert surveillance detail on a young, up-and-coming artist? It makes zero sense unless the entire music contract is just a shiny front for something far more sinister. I suspect Simon is not the one giving the final orders. He strikes me as a mid-level operative, a subordinate taking commands from a much more powerful and dangerous figure who is funding this entire operation. This perfectly explains why Simon always seems to appear at the exact right moment, armed with more knowledge about Trina's life than a simple music executive should possess. He is managing the operation on the ground, coordinating between pawns like Quinn and insiders like Tristan, all while reporting back to the true mastermind pulling the strings from the dark. As we head into the highly anticipated sweeps week, all of these puzzle pieces are about to violently collide. I am hearing directly from my studio insiders that a massive piece of evidence is about to drop that will expose this network's true intentions, and it is going to blow the roof off of General Hospital. Trina is merely the first domino in a much larger, catastrophic plot. Once the truth is dragged into the harsh light of day, it is not just going to affect Trina and her immediate family. Think about how Ava Jerome is going to react when she finds out someone has been hunting the girl she loves like a daughter. Ava will unleash every ounce of her mob ties to burn this network to the ground. This shadowy syndicate is going to pull Gio, Kai, Anna Devane, Jason Morgan, and half of Port Charles into an absolute bloodbath of a war. The people pulling the strings have been manipulating our favorite characters from the dark, and the upcoming reveal is going to shatter lives and change the landscape of the show forever. The walls are closing in on Trina, and the danger is more real and terrifying than ever before. The writers have woven a tangled web of lies, surveillance, and hidden agendas, and we are just moments away from the explosive climax. So, I have to ask you guys, do you think Spencer Cassadine is secretly alive and acting as Trina's fiercely protective guardian angel? Or is she being hunted by a ruthless, evil organization led by someone we haven't even met yet? Drop your juiciest theories in the comments below, let's get a massive debate started, and I will see you all in the next video.